Someone! Anyone! Your Majesty? Please. Somebody! Wait. That noise.
You did it, Hendrik. You saved us all.
Out of my way! Let me through! Let me look at you in the daylight at last. Oh, yes! My handsome little soldier. My hero. Just look at you.
You set aside your differences with Hendrik, with me, and fought to bring back the light. The world is still in a desperate state. But now we have something. We have hope. We have the luminary. Hendrik, my ever-faithful knight. Today's victory is as much yours as anyone's. Your strength, too, will be needed in the struggle to free the world from evil. The people of the last bastion will learn to make do without you, as I hope will I. So please, do not hesitate. Do what you know you must.
Honored luminary. I serve you now. Though it cost me my life, I will stand beside you until the darkness is no more.
Dawn breaks in Heliodor. The first victory in the fight against the darkness is ours! trust that you slept well? Or did the people perhaps not permit you the luxury of rest, eh? Or even better, there is no shorter sign of a kingdom at peace than a high-spirited populace. Now, to more serious matters. Hendrik, there is something I wish you to have.
The shield of Heliodor. But, sire...
You are like a son to me. You wear it well. The shield has always been the mark of our mightiest knights. You have no complaints, I trust.
No, my liege.
I understand that you had hoped for the World Tree to guide you on your quest. Alas, it is no more. But all hope is not lost. He spoke of another. A holy mountain in the south known as Pang Lai. The fate of those who dwell there is deeply intertwined with that of the Lum. It may be mere hearsay, a conversation half remembered, but venture west through the Mangle Grove, and you will find a valley that leads to the Costa Valor. Pass through the checkpoint beyond it, and you will soon find Mount Pang Lai. It is not a road I have traveled myself. Be prepared, and may your journey be a safe one.
that ends well. Victory is ours. Our triumph was never in doubt. triumph was never in doubt. All is well that ends well. Victory is ours. Temple on top of a mountain. What connection could a place like this have to the luminary? It certainly benefits from divine protection of some kind. Yggdrasil fell to earth not far from here, yet the temple buildings escaped entirely unscathed.
I know that face. That man is a knight of Heliodor. Heliodorian swine! You think that your blockade will break us?
What in the... These movements must be intended to confound us. Be on your guard. They may attack from any angle.
Enough! All of you! Is this how we treat visitors? As your High Lama, I order you to stand down.
Your Holiness, these people are not visitors. They are soldiers of Heliodor. We cannot be sure of their intentions.
Soldiers of Heliodor, you say? The tall one, perhaps, but his young friend does not look like a military man to me. I sense a great power within you. Tell me, young man, are you the luminary?
Incredible. You divined your true identity with a single glance.
How long we have waited for this day. Please, you must forgive my disciples' discourtesy. Their training is incomplete. Welcome to Anguilla, honored luminary. It would please...
Strange child, but remarkably perceptive for one so young. There is more to him than meets the eye, that much is certain. Well, we have come this far. We might as well make our way to this high hall of theirs, see what he has to say.
welcome you once again to Anguilla, Honored Luminary. As I believe you know,
I am to address you as Your Holiness.
why everything, of course. We have awaited his coming ever since the day he entered this world.
Waiting for him? What do you mean?
I mean exactly what I say, nothing more. Tell me, do you recognize the symbol on this banner? It is the emblem of Dundrasil. Since the age of heroes, the princes of that nation have... Your young friend was born a prince of Dundrasil. Thus did we expect him to come here as a boy. Sadly, that was not to be.
So if fate had been kinder, you would have spent a good part of your childhood here. Grand Master
When the Lord of Shadows brought the world tree low, the master too great.
A noble sacrifice indeed.
It falls to me to guide.
I would have liked to meet one so noble. Come, let us see what His Holiness has in store.
Beyond those doors lies the field of discipline. Before we tread upon this hallowed ground, let me tell you a little. Before setting out to defeat the Dark One, Erdwin came to our temple to learn from the Wise Ones, who made the first Grand Master, i.e., but he did not train alone.
Who was this person?
Another of I.Yi's disciples. Erdwin and Morkant would train together every day, each striving to outstrip. When their training was complete, Morkant joined with Erdwin in his quest to slay the Dark One. Before setting out, they carved an inscription into...
Morkant. I have not heard the name before.
Now allow me to show you to the field of discipline. Welcome to the field of discipline. If your karma had been different, this is where you would have trained under Grand Master Pang. I have brought you here so that you might stand in the... Even your grandfather, Lord Robert, completed his training here. The memory of his achievements shall live long in the temple's memory.
His achievements?
Pang was a harsh master. With this implement, disciples whose efforts were lacking were given motivation, directly to their fundament. It became known as the Naughty Stick. 6 years of tuition, your grandfather's right honourable posterior was paddled an unprecedented 10,000 times. The tale of Lord Robert's road to enlightenment lives on to this day. Every disciple knows that he must focus at all times, lest he face the same fate.
A legendary achievement indeed.
You are worried for your grandfather, yes? Do not be. Lord Robert overcame. The fall of the World Tree would not have been enough to extinguish one so resilient. He is alive, I say. Tonight there will be a modest feast in the High Hall to set. We may not be able to aid you as we would have done one.
Awake at last, hmm? If the Grand Master was still alive, perhaps we might have learned something to help.
The hermit? What news of him?
Forgive us, Your Holiness.
I see.
Your Holiness, is there a problem?
Yes, Sir Hendrik. I fear there is. You see?
Hello? Whatever for?
That I do not know. The moment he heard that Master Pang had passed away, the mountain has become infested with monsters. This being so, I dispatched a group of
I have trained all my life for a moment such as this.
Might we be able to offer some assistance?
I thank you for your kindness, but you are
A knight of Heliodor does not abandon an innocent in need. These people have shown us great kindness. It is only right that we...
Thank you from the bottom of my heart. We must depart for the summit of Mount Panglai without delay. After exiting the temple, we will
ends well. Victory is ours. seems we are too late.
Unfortunately so. He was in deep meditation when he breathed his last. But that posture, it is awful. Uniquely awful. I know it from somewhere.
Incredible! Issue 1 of the Ogler's Digest. And in mint condition. Indeed. It seems our friend here made his peace with the world before departing. But this is one of the royal treasures of Dundrasil. Why would a lowly hermit have such a... By the skies! Can it really be...
Lord Robert!
Your grandfather was Master Pang's most fervent disciple. Can he have chosen to follow his mentor to the next life, perhaps?
No, he is still breathing.
What?
His spirit hovers in the place between life and death. But there may yet be a way to save him. If you were to follow him into the void, you might be able to bring him back.
But how?
The ancient teachings tell us that the summit of Mount Panglai stands at the crossroads between this world and the next. If you will permit me, I can perform an ancient rite that will... But it is not a decision to be taken lightly. Well, will you take that chance? Very well. I will prepare for the ritual. It is time to depart for the place to which every soul must go.
What is this foolish dance?
Another soul drifts into my domain. Destiny is cruel indeed. This may be a fruitless question, given the vague... Oh, you poor young fool. Let me unburden you of at least a little of your ignorance. I will explain in simple terms that even an idiot may understand. Before Yggdrasil fell, but now that the tree is gone, it is a place with an entrance but no exit. What I'm trying to tell you is that you will never leave this world. As long as the cycle of souls is interrupted, all who die will suffer the same fate. This is your destiny. Or do you cling to the vain hope that the heart of Yggdrasil may be recovered from Mordegon's clutches? And yet, you would not be alone in your foolishness. Some people just don't know when to give up. Did you think that he chose death out of a sense of despair? He came here with hope in his heart. Your grandfather came to find me so that I might teach him the last of my secrets. You know who I am, of course. Foolish child. I am Pang, Grand Master of Anguilla. Your grandfather's teacher and tormentor. Do you see the magic circle that surrounds him? The precise pattern of movements draws energy from the ether and channels it to create the mandala of Yggdrasil. This is the final secret. He has been flailing away like this ever since he arrived here. It is not good for him at his age. But when the great sigil is complete, he will have mastery over a power not seen since the Age of Heroes. Get out, mate! Don't you dare give up now! I'll beat your bottom black and blue, I swear it! Would you look at that? Perhaps he is not completely useless after all.
Hey! Did you see that? I finally did it! Oh, it was beautiful!
Yes. Very...
Jinx! Grandmaster Pang! Was that... praised? Woohoo! For the first time in my long life, she's actually paid me a compliment. Oh, that's warmed my cockles more than 100 nips of the hard stuff.
Perhaps if you could stop congratulating yourself for one moment and squint beyond the end of your bulbous nose, you would see we have a visitor.
Oh my! Is it really you, laddie? Oh, not you as well. Your poor young life snatched away from you.
Oh, stop your sniveling. The boy is alive.
He's what?
He and his friends found your body and sent his soul from the world above to bring you back.
But I only came here to... And you went to all that trouble. As you can see, I'm perfectly fine. Finer than ever, in fact. Now that I've learned the final secret, you and me are going to be unstoppable. Come on, let's get back to our bodies and show that Lord of Shadows what we're made of.
Stop right there! Where do you think you are going?
I can't thank you enough for all you've done,
Finished? Oh, but we haven't even begun. Honored Luminary, if you would like to follow me. Your grandfather has mastered the last secret of Angri-La. He now has the power to send enemies straight to the beyond. It is a technique first devised in the Age of Heroes by Morkant, brother-in-arms of the Luminary of Legend. For you, I have a technique no less impressive. An attack of such incredible power that it can tear through all 4 dimensions. It was devised by Erdwin himself during his training with Ayi.
Well, that can't be a bad thing. Me with Morkant's spell...
If you can master it. None since Erdwin has been able to do so. The training you must undergo to acquire this power. Well, I knew you would make the right choice. The first step is to focus your mental energies and call forth a blade of pure light. As good as can be expected for a first attempt.
Battle? You mean you're going to...
Me? Why would I...
What?
Who better, Lord Robert? And besides, I've always wanted to see 2 princes of Dundrasil battling it out. Before we continue, allow me to give your grandfather an unfair advantage.
Oh, aye! I've not felt this alive in decades! Let me at the little blighter!
That's the spirit. Don't hold back. Show him the true power of our last and greatest secret.
Just you watch me.
Luminary, prepare yourself. Beat back the onslaught and unleash the technique if you can. The more you use it, the stronger...
Here I come, laddie.
Oh, yes. I must say, I doubted you had it in you. The power of the technique comes from your heart. Hone that greatest of weapons. Now, I think it's time we peeled that old degenerate off the flagstones, don't you?
You beat me, even with the last secret of Angry-La in my...
You weren't too much of an embarrassment, no.
So this is where you have been hiding.
Wait, I know that voice.
Mordigan.
Sniveling worms. You thought to escape my clutches.
No! Curse you! I had thought your powers could not reach us here. It seems I underestimated you. So inconsiderate. There was one fine. It seems we must do it the hard way.
What? So the last secret of Angry-La wasn't it?
Of course not, foolish man. There is another. A supreme skill devised by Grandmaster Ai. Well, don't just stand there so that I can die happy.
You dare to resist me?
You must do exactly as I say. Exactly when I say it. Robert, do not think. Act. Use the technique I taught you. Quickly! Now, Luminary! Unleash Quadra Slash! Yes, the last and greatest of all the secrets of Angry-La. Solar Flare!
He is back with us. But he is greatly weakened.
Ah. You are finally awake. Lord Robert awoke a short while ago. He's outside speaking with the High Lama. We should join them.
Hello there, laddie. What are you staring at me like that for?
It is your physique, Lord Robert. You were a good deal slighter only a short time ago.
Oh, that! Nothing a good breakfast couldn't cure. Aye, the Grand Master put me through worse on more than one occasion.
Lord Robert has told me what came to pass in the void. I hear that you were even able to master the...
Thanks, Sir Henrik.
Please think nothing of it, my lord. It is the least I could do to make...
Ach, don't torture yourself over it, son. We've all been pawns in Mordegon's game. You've nothing to apologise for.
Thank you. Truly.
Well, funnily enough, I was just thinking about something Grandmaster Pang told me. She said old Erdwin used a very special form of transport when he went after the Dark One.
Whatever could that mean?
I didn't get the chance to ask her any more about it. But it sounds like, as for our old friends, none of them were exactly the giving up. So, what say we head over to Arborea and keep an eye out for our pals on the way? If this flying doodad's supposed to be sacred, there's no time to lose. The longer we wait, the stronger Mordegon gets.
Honored Luminary, we disciples of Angular, we have even devised a special training regime for you.